This is my friend Claire. She is a violinist. Super convenient. She lives 2 doors down from me. So I've known Claire since we were like 14. And she's just such a true person. And she's moved away, and she came back, and yeah. Anyway, and she's amazing. She amazes me. She's one of those like musicians that's just very like she feels it from her heart. Like she plays. And we've never got to actually play together before, and so this was exciting. And we just kind of did this like 2 nights ago. So, but that's not the song. This is my sad Christmas song because that's the best kind, in my opinion. And I thought it was appropriate because it's Christmas time and I'm wearing red pants. So we're going to do this. I started writing this one. So I have a friend who I've known since birth, and her name is Grace. And we were raised together. Her family moved to North Carolina when I was going into 5th grade, but we've stayed very close. We would go camping with the families. It was a whole thing. We're still very close. Y'all didn't tell me my belt was just hanging out like that. Anyways, so anyway, very close friend of mine, and about 10 years ago, this past September, her brother was killed in a very sudden accident, and it was, in September, and I just remember that first Christmas, just feeling, I always feel sad at Christmas, but I've always loved that. I draw power from that. That was always my creative boom of the year. Would be like, ooh, Christmas is coming. I'm gonna get super depressed, and I'm gonna write a lot of songs, and I always would. And that was kind of the only way that I could share. I would do a really ghetto cover of a Christmas song and just make it really sad, and then I would post it on Facebook or something, or my SoundCloud, and and anyway, so that year after he died, it hit, super, super heavy. And I was just kind of sitting with that and thinking about my friend and her family and how, Christmas is going to really suck for forever. And that it is that way for so many people. And even now, it's like when something happens around the holidays or even not, it's a highly triggering time, or it can be for a lot of people. And I feel a lot of emotions around me, and I think maybe I've just always been picking up on that, and that's why I'm just super sensitive around that time of year. So anyway, so I started writing it after kind of in that first year, and then never did anything with it. And then I pulled it back out not too long ago, and I thought it might be perfect for this event, and I added a bridge to it, and the bridge is specific to the January following that Christmas, where I went to apartment sit for some friends of mine in Decatur for a week, and Grace came down to stay with me for 2 days, and the first morning we went into Decatur Square, which is one of my favorite places. We sat down and we were eating breakfast, and she got a mimosa, and I probably got a margarita or something. And we just kind of had this moment of I don't know. I just remember looking at her and her looking at me, and we were just like, we're gonna do this all day. And so we just went. This was a long time ago. I was single and I had no children. Maybe 10 years, I don't know, whatever. And so we just went around the square, and we went to every restaurant or coffee shop or whatever we wanted to go in, some that we didn't want to go in, whatever. We went there, we would get an appetizer and a drink. So we just did this all day, and then I had some friends in the area as well, and they ended up coming and picking us up, and we went to some sports bar somewhere, and we ended the day just sobbing in a booth together. And it was just very therapeutic for us. It was very good. We talk about it all the time, that Decatur bar crawl. And so, anyway, that's what I was pulling from, and just also just wanting to, have a song that's really acknowledging like that it's a hard time of year for a lot of people, and there's a lot of people next to us that are, experiencing their year of first after losing someone or experiencing heartbreak, and that it's okay if they don't want to be like in the spirit, and it's okay if you need to just pretend it's like not happening, it's not Christmas, just escape for a while. It's fine if you just need to go get, go on a bar crawl with your friend and cry in a sports bar. So anyway, that's this. Here goes. You good?
I'm good.
Okay. Do you need to do a few?
No, I'm okay.
All right, I might. Okay. We just start playing The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Does it have to be Christmas? Just because it's that time of year? How can I be expected to be filled with all this cheer? How can it be Merry Christmas when you're not here to be with us? How can it be several years past when it seems like you just stepped out? It doesn't have to be Christmas. Does it have to be Christmas? If you're not ready to hear all the songs of joy and laughter, songs of family drawing near, 'cause how can it be a Merry Christmas when you're not here to be with us? How can it be several years past when it seems like you just stepped out? It doesn't have to be Christmas. It doesn't have to be Christmas. We can go far from the mountains. We can bar crawl in the square. We can fly somewhere that's warmer. You just tell me, I'll be there. We can take it wave by wave. We can cry till we can't see. We can talk about it all day, sharing the disbelief. 'Cause how can it be a Merry Christmas when you're not here to be with us? How can it be
Thank you.